Hey, what's going on out there, Manchester United fans? Well, so I'm going to talk to you people about the Jadon Sancho situation at Manchester United. And honestly, I think it's safe to say at this point that the Jadon Sancho transfer to Manchester United is another failed transfer by United, just like the Di Maria one going back to summer of 2014, and it just joins the long list of the failed transfers that United have had, meaning that they have shelled out so much money for those players, hoping they were going to be able to make an impact with the squad, and potentially help the team in their possible quest for a Champions League trophy. But safe to say that is out of the question now, because Jadon Sancho obviously apparently is having work ethic issues at Manchester United, and Ten Hag has grown increasingly frustrated with him, and you can't really blame Ten Hag for this one, man. I don't know what it is, but it's like, if United are going to pay all that money for a player, then the player really needs to be able to live up to expectations at United. In other words, the player needs to have a good work ethic. He needs to be with the team, and it seems like right now that Jadon Sancho's work ethic and, just also there was that social media post, which I don't know what it was really about, but obviously I guess judging from what I've been reading a lot on social media news websites, the football news websites, that apparently Ten Hag or whoever, I guess somebody asked Jadon Sancho to take down a social media post, and he didn't. And, United, man, it just seems like that United have accomplished more drama at the club than trophies in the last, 10 years now? Because it's like the amount of drama that has been happening at the club these last, 2 years now is absolutely wild. First, there was that whole fallout between Ten Hag and Ronaldo. And this is the part where I can safely say United, they could really use Cristiano Ronaldo right now. Like Ten Hag, I hate to admit it, but he was wrong about Cristiano Ronaldo, okay? It really feels like at this point that Cristiano Ronaldo was really forced out of Manchester United, okay? Those are the vibes that I'm getting right now, because, Cristiano Ronaldo, if you look at his work ethic, that's the reason why we got Jadon Sancho, is because we thought maybe, he was going to be able to be inspired by Cristiano Ronaldo and maybe see if he can develop a similar work ethic to Cristiano Ronaldo. But I hate to say it, man, but all that money that United paid for Jadon Sancho is just going to show us that, the Jadon Sancho transfer to United just joins the list. And, I think to myself that if only the players would have a good work ethic like how Cristiano Ronaldo had, then maybe Sancho would have been able to succeed at United and put up Ronaldo-like numbers. Because let's be honest, that's the reason why we got to Jadon Sancho in the first place, because, at Dortmund, he was doing his thing at Borussia Dortmund. He was, really balling out there, that it caught the eye of Manchester United when we bought him, and we thought that he was going to make that transition from Dortmund to United smoothly. Well, unfortunately, that transition did not go the way how I thought it was going to go. And, the biggest thing I'm getting out of this here is, if we're going to go after players, it needs to be a player that has a really good work ethic, because, talent is one thing, but, talent without work ethic is nothing. Because if you want to also be, if you also want to, have the success at Manchester United, then you really need to be putting in the work. And I think the issue here is Jadon Sancho just isn't wanting to put in the work that is required at Manchester United, especially now that we've paid all that money for him. It's like, it feels like, that whenever we pay a bunch of money for a player, like whenever we pay like a 60 or 80 million or 100 million for a player, it always seems like that once that player starts getting his money, then that's when the player doesn't care. And that's the best way that I can describe also the Jadon Sancho transfer to United, is as soon as Jadon Sancho already secured that bag at Manchester United, he simply just didn't care anymore. And this is also another thing that I'm getting from this Jadon Sancho transfer is, once he already, he got his money, he doesn't even... once he got his money, it seems like that he just doesn't want to suit up at Manchester United. And, this has been going on way too long at Manchester United, I feel like, where, we buy promising, talented players. We think they're going to develop a really good work ethic, but as soon as they get their money, they simply don't care. And this has been happening way too much at Manchester United. And this is what I missed the most about the Sir Alex Ferguson era at United, was when we got players, when we paid a lot of money for football players, you know what they did? They didn't complain. They did not start going on their social media tantrums. No, they just put in the work, especially when we had all those legendary players, Ronaldo, When we had also Wayne Rooney, when we had Nemanja Vidic, when we had Ferdinand, those are players that I can safely say they have already shown at United of what it takes to succeed, okay? And this is where our players, and these are the type of players I think current and future Manchester United players should look up to, players that developed a solid work ethic, players that just simply didn't let drama get in the way of the club, players that just simply stuck to football, okay? And the problem is with some of United players is that they care way too much about just money, okay? And that's what I think has been happening at Manchester United way too much is, we get players, but then the player either has a really bad work ethic or the player just does something really horrible. And this, like I said, man, this has been happening way, way too much at Manchester United, I feel like. So, yeah, basically to sum up the Jadon Sancho transfer in a nutshell to Manchester United, it's sadly a failed transfer like the Di Maria one and plenty of the other failed transfers United have had. I don't know what else to say. Let me know in the comments what you think about it.